Cyber and Fraud podcast. My name is Chen. I'm the Cyber Protect Officer at Serious Fraud and Cyber Unit at Hertfordshire Police. And with me today, we have the lovely Elaine.
Hello, thank you, Chen. My name is Elaine. I am the Senior Fraud Hub Manager for Hertfordshire Police. My role is I look after victims who have sadly fallen victim to scams.
So today we really want to talk about a very important scam or fraud, and it's called courier fraud. So Elaine, in your line of work, can you just tell me a little bit more what courier fraud is and how does it actually impact victims?
Absolutely. Courier fraud is basically when maybe you receive a telephone call from somebody purporting to be a police officer or somebody from the bank. They state that there is a problem with your bank account, or can you help us with an investigation? There's a problem with the bank. And they convince you to either go and withdraw a lot of money or maybe purchase a high-end product that they will collect from your property. These scammers are absolutely despicable. I always call them lazy burglars because they don't have to climb through a window to access your hard-earned cash. They can make that telephone call. And like with all fraudsters, they have time. They have time to spend on the phone. They almost groom you, if you like, to make the call sound convincing. It really is a problem. We want to share the knowledge we have to keep you safe. It's not to frighten you. We have an instance lately where a lady had received a telephone call and the person was purported to be a police officer, but to give her a false sense of security, they asked her to call back on the number and say, call 999. They will verify who I am. They provided a warrant number, what force they were with. And unbeknown to the poor victim, she picked up the phone, followed their instructions. They are still on the line. So we just wanted to make you aware that this can happen. And basically, if this was to happen to you, to step back. What do you want? Why do you want this information? Put the phone down, call the legitimate bank and the police from another device. If you don't have another device, then call a trusted friend. And once you hear their voice, you know that line has been disconnected. Chen, you must come across courier frauds as well.
Yes, unfortunately we do. And I organise monthly fraud and cyber events at the library. So please look out for any of those events happening near you. And one of the residents has told me that she wasn't actually sure what to do when she actually received such a phone call. So I suggested use the number that's on the back of your bank card, or use a number that's on your bank statement and actually call that number rather than the number that they quote you. And if they're purporting to be the police, well, certainly disconnect the phone, as Elaine suggested already, and actually call someone else that you recognize the voice before you make that phone call to the police. Think about it. Why do they want this from me? Why do they want this information from me? Do your own research. If you don't have your bank number handy, say, well, call 159. That's a shortcut of a number that you can ring. It's an organization that will direct you to the right number for your bank. So 159 is a really easy one to remember.
Absolutely. Another bit of advice is that these people, like I said before, they have the time, they will invest the time with you, but there's always a sense of urgency for you to act now. And you're busy with your daily life, and you might have children in the background, you might be a carer, and you're thinking, gosh, there's a problem with my bank account. I need to move my money, or I need to do this, I need to do that. And you're kind of caught off guard. And as Chen said, just, take 5 minutes, step back. And also when you go to the bank, if you get that far, then basically, please don't be offended if the bank teller asks you, what do you want this money for? Are you sure you're not being scammed? Don't be offended with that, because it's there to protect you. If they feel they're not satisfied with what the story that you are telling them, then they will evoke what we call a banking protocol, which will come through to Hertfordshire Police, and we will send an officer out just to have a friendly chat. You haven't done anything wrong. It's just basically they want to have a chat with you to make sure that you are okay and that you're not being scammed. Hertfordshire Police, we want to look after all of our residents, and Chen gives out the prevention advice. I take care of the victims, and I don't want to see you on one of my victim lists.
And that's really, really reassuring, actually, that, your department actually looks after the victims, because as I often hear from the residents in the community, they feel stupid, they feel ashamed, they feel embarrassed that they actually fell for this type of fraud or scam, really. Because it's not just about the financial loss anymore, really, sometimes, is it?
No, it's the impact what it does to your confidence as well. Basically, you're frightened to answer the telephone. It's, you don't trust anybody. If you can't trust a police officer, it's really, really hard to detect. Even for the trained eye and for the trained ear, sometimes these frauds, they are very, very convincing. But the support is here. We have a whole range of support, basically, where we can offer emotional, practical advice. We can give you help with banking letters, and we're here to support you. So absolutely.
I think that's really fantastic to hear, Elaine. So I think really we've drawn to a close really with this topic. So please stay safe and please challenge any phone calls that you receive, really. I think that's the idea.
Absolutely. And please do tune in again, because we want to give you as much prevention advice to keep you safe. So thank you for listening and thank you for your time.
Get more information on fraud at hearts.police.uk/fraud.